Welcome to Hoai Audio. Here, we bring you heartfelt stories, emotional journeys, and unforgettable moments that touch the soul. In today's story, we follow the next chapter in Hoai's path to healing, as those around her continue to care, search, and uncover the truth hidden beneath silence and mystery. Sit back, put on your headphones, and let the story gently unfold. The morning sunlight gently filtered through the bamboo curtain as the old woman sat beside Hoai, carefully crushing pills and mixing them into warm milk. Her hands, though wrinkled, moved with practiced care. She softly called out, "Hoai, wake up. I've made some milk for you, try to drink it." Hoai slowly opened her eyes, her face still pale but calmer than days before. "Thank you, Auntie. I'll try. Drink slowly, it's still a bit hot. And after the milk, take your medicine. It'll help you get better faster," the woman said gently. Hoai winced slightly, placing a hand to her forehead. "I still have a bit of a headache." "Don't think too much," the woman advised, brushing a strand of hair from Hoai's face. "Let your mind rest. You've been unconscious for a week. We were about to take you to the hospital, but then, thankfully, you woke up." Hoai lowered her gaze. I don't remember anything." Outside, the woman's son returned from the fields, holding an armful of freshly cut grass and a few banana stalks. He dropped them near the shed for the cows and walked into the house. "Mother, I'm back. How is she today?" "She drank more milk than yesterday. Still no memories. But she's stronger." He sat down, thinking. Maybe it's time we informed the village officials. She's awake now. They might be able to help us find her family. "Yes," the mother agreed. "Finish feeding the cows, then go see the village head." Meanwhile, Hung and Du were deep in the woods near the riverbank. Their boots sunk into the muddy soil as they scanned the area. "We've been searching for days." "Nothing," Du sighed, wiping sweat from his brow. Hung crouched beside a rock. What if she wasn't dumped here? Maybe they moved her somewhere else after the attack. Or someone found her and took her in. "I saw a large fishing basket near the bank. It looked out of place. I asked some locals nearby. They didn't recognize it." "Let's keep searching downstream," Hung said firmly. "We can't give up yet." Back at the house, the old woman helped Hoai stand. Her legs trembled, unused for days. The woman gently held her arm. "Take it slow. Just a few steps. You've been lying down too long." "I feel sore all over," Hoai admitted, her voice weak. "That's normal. A little movement each day, and you'll regain your strength." They walked a few steps into the yard. Hoai gasped softly, the sunlight warm on her skin. "You're doing well. Let's rest now," the woman said, guiding her to a wooden stool. Scene 5, asking around the village. Later that afternoon, Hung and Du carried the strange fishing basket with them as they walked through the village. They knocked on doors, showed the basket, and asked questions. "Does this belong to anyone here?" Each time, the answer was the same. "No. We've never seen it before." "Could be someone from outside," Du muttered. "Or someone trying to hide their involvement," Hung replied. That evening, the woman's son finally reached the house of the village head. He explained everything: the girl found unconscious by the river, the injuries, the lack of memory, their family's limited means. The village head nodded solemnly. "You did the right thing bringing this to us. I'll come with you to speak with your mother and the girl. We'll begin a proper search for her family." They returned together to the small house. The girl sat outside, staring blankly at the trees, still trying to piece together her fragmented thoughts. The village head greeted her kindly. "Do you remember anything at all? Your name, your family, where you came from?" She shook her head. "Only that I was hurt. And cold." He gave a reassuring nod. "We'll help you. Don't worry. As the sun dipped low behind the hills, casting golden rays over the cornfields, Hoai sat quietly on the front steps of the small house, her mind clouded with thoughts. Her hands gently rubbed the fabric of her dress, the same one she had been found in days ago. Despite everyone's efforts to care for her, the feeling of being a stranger in her own body haunted her. Inside, the mother lay resting, her fever slowly receding. The boy, gentle, quietly diligent, had just returned from the market with an empty basket and a heavy heart. The confrontation with the loan sharks replayed in his mind again and again. His mother's decision to mortgage the house weighed heavily on his shoulders. He had to find a way to protect her, to repay the debt, and to keep Hoai safe. Back outside, Hoai noticed the small child approaching, the neighbor's daughter. The little girl held a flower and smiled, as if sensing Hoai's sadness. "This is for you, miss," she said sweetly, handing her the blossom. Hoai took it gently, managing a faint smile. "Thank you. It's beautiful." The girl skipped away, leaving Hoai with a bittersweet warmth in her chest. From behind, the young man stepped onto the porch. "Did you rest enough?" She nodded. "Yes, thank you. And I'm sorry if I've caused you trouble." "You haven't," he said firmly. "If anything, you brought light into this house." They stood in silence for a moment, listening to the rustling leaves. Finally, she turned toward him. "About earlier, the man who came looking for me. He said he knew me. But I didn't feel anything. Not even a flicker." He looked at her with understanding. "Maybe you will, in time. Memories don't always come back when we want them to." She nodded slowly. "I want to remember. I really do. But what if I don't? What if I never do?" "Then you'll still have a place here," he replied softly. "With us." The next morning dawned with gray skies. The air was cool and damp. Hoai helped prepare the breakfast, then sat by the fire with the old woman. They exchanged few words, but the silence between them was not empty, it was comforting. Later that day, Hoai took a short walk alone. She wandered past the cornfield, down toward the small stream. The moment she reached the water, a chill ran through her body. The sound of the current, the way the trees arched over the bank, it all felt familiar. Her heart raced. She knelt down and touched the water. Images flashed in her mind. A child's voice calling her. Laughter. Fear. A slippery stone. She gasped and pulled her hand back. Her breath caught in her throat. Back at the house, the young man noticed her pale face as she returned. "What happened?" "I remembered something," she whispered. "Just for a moment." "That's good," he said gently. "It means your memories are still inside. We just have to help them come back." That evening, as the sky turned from blue to violet, a knock came at the door. The young man opened it to find the stranger from earlier, this time accompanied by a woman and a young boy. The moment the child saw Hoai, his eyes lit up. "Mama." Hoai froze. The boy ran to her and hugged her legs tightly. The woman beside him, clearly emotional, stood silently, tears forming in her eyes. Something inside Hoai cracked open. She looked down at the child. "Tony?" The name escaped her lips before she even realized she had spoken it. The young man beside her gently placed a hand on her back. "It's okay. Let it come." Memories rushed forward like a flood. Holding her son. Laughing with him. Cooking. Singing to him. And then, the pain. The accident. The fear. She dropped to her knees and embraced the child, sobbing uncontrollably. "I remember. I remember now." The woman stepped forward. "We've been looking for you every day." The young man stood silently, his gaze distant. "Thank you," the woman said to him. "For saving her. For keeping her safe." He gave a quiet nod. She saved us, too. As the family reunited, Hoai turned to face him. Thank you for everything. I will never forget your kindness. He smiled sadly. Just promise me one thing, take care of your son. And don't forget who you are. She nodded, tears streaming down her cheeks. That night, after the guests had left, and silence returned to the small home, the young man sat beside his mother, who had finally fallen into a peaceful sleep. Outside, the moon lit the fields with a soft silver glow. He whispered into the darkness, "Goodbye, Hoai. Be happy." And somewhere, deep inside, a small part of him hoped their paths would cross again. Thank you for listening to this episode on My Hoai Audio. If this story moved you or gave you something to reflect on, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay with us on every emotional step of the journey. More chapters of Hoai's story are coming soon, stories of courage, compassion, and resilience. Until next time, take care and keep your heart open to the stories around you.